savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Joe Rogan recently slammed Jake Paul after he made bold claims about knocking out Mike Tyson, sparking serious backlash. Mike Tyson isn't just a boxing legend, he's an icon, known for his fearsome presence even today. Yet Jake, being Jake, ran his mouth, saying he could knock out Tyson, just as he has done with older, retired athletes he's faced. That statement crossed a line. Rogan, visibly upset, expressed his disbelief, noting it's one thing to brag about knocking out retired MMA fighters, but bringing Tyson into the mix was a step too far. Rogan made it clear Jake needs a reality check if he thinks he's the king of boxing. After all, Tyson is in a league of his own. Joe Rogan, clearly fed up with Jake Paul's disrespectful antics, didn't hold back. The UFC commentator tore into Jake, criticizing him for showing no respect for the sport or the legends who paved the way. It was pure chaos, and Rogan wasn't about to let Jake act like the king of boxing when, in his eyes, Jake hasn't earned that title. Sure, Jake has knocked out a few retired MMA fighters, but taking cheap shots at Mike Tyson. That's a whole new level of disrespect. In a recent interview, Jake didn't just mention Tyson's name, he went all in, claiming Tyson's best days were over, and that he'd have no problem knocking him out. Jake Paul didn't stop there, he went as far as saying Tyson is too slow now and no longer the beast everyone remembers. Yes, he actually said that. And if you think fans were outraged, imagine how Joe Rogan felt. It hit him like a ton of bricks. Rogan wasn't going to let Jake get away with that kind of disrespect. This wasn't just casual trash talk, this was Mike Tyson. Joe has long idolized Tyson, and his admiration for the boxing legend is no secret in the combat sports world. In fact, Joe is practically the president of the unofficial Mike Tyson fan club, and hearing Jake take shots at Tyson crossed a major line for him. Joe Rogan practically runs the Mike Tyson fan club, so when Jake Paul started talking like he could beat Tyson in a fight, it crossed a line Rogan wasn't going to ignore. Rogan called Jake out, saying, "Jake Paul's out here acting like the king of boxing just because he knocked out a few washed-up athletes, but this time, Rogan wasn't just talking on his podcast word on the street, is that things got physical." That's right, this beef didn't stay confined to social media or the airwaves, it escalated into an all-out brawl. Normally calm, Rogan reportedly attacked Jake Paul, and it didn't end with a handshake. According to rumors, the altercation got so intense that Jake had to be rushed to the hospital. This fight was far from just another verbal spar.
So guys, I'm in the hospital. I had an accident.
Let's be clear, Joe Rogan doesn't just throw hands with anyone. The man is a combat sports expert, a former kickboxer, and someone who has been deeply involved in the fight game for decades. So when he's angry enough to take things to that level, you know it's serious. And this was personal. Rogan and Mike Tyson go way back, with a bond that runs deep. Joe has always had immense respect for Tyson, not just for his legendary boxing career, but for the personal growth Tyson has shown over the years. He's been through the highs, the lows, and plenty of controversies, yet Rogan admires how Tyson has come out the other side, stronger and wiser. That's why Joe wasn't going to sit back and let Jake Paul's insults slide. For Rogan, Tyson isn't just a fighter, he's a symbol of resilience, of facing one's demons and evolving. Joe's admiration for Tyson makes it clear this fight was about more than just boxing, it was about respect. Tyson has been a guest on Rogan's podcast, and their conversations are always marked by mutual respect. You can see the admiration in Rogan's eyes whenever Tyson shares stories from his past or offers insights into his mental game. It's no exaggeration to say that Tyson holds a special place in Rogan's heart. So when Jake Paul went after Mike, Rogan took it personally. It wasn't just about defending a legend, it was about defending the very essence of combat sports. Joe has been in the game long enough to see fighters come and go, legends rise and fall, and the sport of boxing evolve in ways few imagined. When Rogan speaks, fans listen because he's not just another commentator, he's someone who deeply understands the sport and its history. Joe Rogan isn't just throwing out hot takes for clicks, he's the voice of combat sports. Whether it's MMA or boxing, Rogan's opinions carry serious weight. When he speaks, it matters, because boxing fans know Rogan has been in the trenches. He's trained, fought, and witnessed the greats firsthand. That's why this situation with Jake Paul hits so hard. Fight fans don't take Rogan's words lightly, and they certainly don't appreciate Jake disrespecting a legend like Mike Tyson. Rogan's been critical of Jake before, but this felt different. This time it seemed like Jake crossed an unforgivable line with his comments. Rogan's admiration for Mike Tyson goes far beyond the boxing ring. So, when Jake Paul decided to trash-talk Tyson, it wasn't just about boxing, it was about respect. Rogan made it clear that Jake's recent string of knockouts, mostly against retired MMA fighters, doesn't make him an untouchable boxing god. In fact, Rogan's frustration stems from Jake building his career by calling out opponents he knows he can beat, while avoiding the true sharks in the boxing world. Sure, Jake knocked out Ben Askren, but Askren isn't a boxer. Yes, he beat Tyron Woodley, but Woodley was well past his prime. Now, Jake has the audacity to claim he could step into the ring and knock out Mike Tyson. Rogan couldn't just sit back and watch as Jake strutted around, pretending to be on the same level as real legends. And when Jake made his snarky remarks about Tyson's slowness and age, it wasn't just an insult to Tyson, it was an insult to the entire sport of boxing and its history.
You had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. What about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
Mike Tyson's legacy in boxing is untouchable, and for Jake Paul to think he could take down someone with Tyson's history, power and sheer presence, that's pure ego talking. Yet, the hype is real. Jake Paul is set to step into the ring with none other than Mike Tyson on November 15th at a T Arena, and boxing fans are buzzing. This is the fight everyone's been waiting for. All of Jake's claims, trash talk, and drama are finally going to be tested when he faces Iron Mike. We're talking about a guy who used to knock out opponents in less time than it takes to microwave popcorn. Tyson isn't just a boxer, he's a legend. This matchup promises to be one of the most anticipated fights in recent boxing history. This fight is set to be one of the biggest matchups in recent memory, and the excitement is through the roof. Tickets are selling like hotcakes, practically gone as soon as they went on sale. Everyone wants to see what happens when the YouTuber turned boxer faces one of the greatest heavyweights in the sport's history. Whether you're a die-hard Jake Paul fan or a longtime Mike Tyson supporter, it's hard not to be excited. People are already buzzing about how this fight could shake up the boxing world, with even non-boxing fans tuning in. The stakes are higher than ever, and everyone's placing their bets. Will Jake Paul finally silence his critics, or will he be exposed once and for all?
Day two, we're getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mike Tyson is renowned for cutting off the ring with insane efficiency, making it nearly impossible for his opponents to escape his relentless attacks. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is known for trying to fight at range and land his big overhand right. However, Tyson is a master at closing the distance and getting inside his opponent's reach, which spells trouble for Jake. Once Tyson closes in, it's going to be a different kind of fight. Tyson's hands are lightning fast for his age, and his punches pack incredible power. While Jake has knockout power, the question remains, can he withstand the kind of shots Tyson will throw? Tyson's brutal combinations and ability to mix up body shots with headshots could have Jake struggling to survive past the early rounds. On top of that, the mental pressure of facing a legend like Tyson adds another layer of challenge for Jake. When facing a fighter like Tyson, you have to wonder how Jake Paul will hold up. Tyson is notorious for getting into his opponents' heads, breaking them down mentally before the physical punishment even begins. This fight isn't just about surviving a few rounds, it's about whether Jake can withstand Tyson's mind games and overwhelming presence. Additionally, Jake's stamina has been questioned before. While Tyson's conditioning might not be what it once was, we shouldn't forget his ability to go deep into fights, even at his prime. If Jake can't handle the pace Tyson sets, things could spiral out of control quickly. Tyson knows how to drag opponents into deep waters, and if Jake isn't careful, he could find himself overwhelmed and drowned in the later rounds. The fight world is watching closely to see how this battle unfolds. Viewers were encouraged to share their opinions in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated with future content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.